So content, we've been through all of the different types of assessments that you can set up within your class. I'll point out that class progress will show you the students in your class and where they are in progression through the different assessments that are available. So that's why class progress is listed there under assessments because it shows their progress through the course. You also have your class list, calendar, groups, rubrics, awards. So you can create awards within a class. This is great if you have some kind of a certification that students are supposed to be achieving or submitting proof of as part of coursework. And so you can actually build an award that will show that that student has achieved that award, has actually submitted that. It can be something that they can display on their Brightspace profile. But there are also, outside of what is on the toolbar for the class, there are some additional tools. And I want to run through them quickly. I'll say, again, go into the Brightspace training resources course. And if you look under instructor resources, some of these things are under communication tools. Some of these are under getting started. There are a lot of different tools that are available. So, class list, setting up groups and sections, learner engagement, looking at class progress, intelligent agents, awards, which I just briefly mentioned. All of these have in-depth training that is available on each of those tools. So if you're looking at just the recordings that have been done, these have been done for us. These are sessions that, we're signed up for, but there are so many other tools that just couldn't even be covered. So I very much recommend, again, for to go through these instructor resources, look at the things that are applicable to you and the content that you are teaching, and register for that Brightspace community so that you have access to that Brightspace guided training for instructors. So much of this is covered there and so much better than I could even tell you. I'm trying to show you where some of these things are within our system. But getting trained in them and doing those training exercises will help you a lot more. So going through the tools that are under tools are announcements. So here is where you can, edit or delete the default announcement that's there. You can click new announcement to post a new announcement, and there are all the extra options on those. Quick eval will show you the quick eval submissions for this class, the class that you are in. Attendance will give you the ability to create attendance for your class. Manage files will give you the ability to manage the files that are within your class. So all of these web pages are all those things that are within content. If you have files that you want to share with students and you want to kind of preload those first rather than adding them into each week, you can go to manage files. You can load them just into the general folder. You can just drag and drop as many files as you want. You can also create a new folder. You can create a folder for PowerPoint or for videos or for images if you have a lot of images you're loading to the course. You can load those and organize those the way that you want. So those are all available through Manage Files. You'll notice too, you can also get to content from Manage Files, and you can also get to something called the Course Builder. And the Course Builder is just another way of looking at your course content. And you can do a lot of the same course creation processes that you do within content. And those will all be there. The big tool is the course administration. And there are two ways to look at course administration. You can either look at it by category or you can look at it by name. both give you the same list of tools. It's just how they're arranged. They're arranged a little bit by what they do versus just what they're called. So if you look site setup, you've got your availability date defaults, you've got your course offering information. If you look at your site resources, these are your calendar and your content and your course builder. Again, these are tools that are all available in other ways, but they're all brought together here under course administration so that you can get to them again. If there are external learning tools that need to be added, currently Cengage, McGraw-Hill, Learner are all preloaded into our system. You may need to do an additional setup to link your specific text to your specific course, but the base integration is done for those resources. If you are importing the course package because you downloaded this zip file that I recommended for the Alliance University course template, and you downloaded that and you're like, how do I get that into my class? This is where you do that. You use that import, export, copy components to do that. If you are getting your course and you need to pull content from somewhere, import, export, copy components, that's all there. So if you need a copy from another course, so another course offering would be considered another org unit. It's a different way of saying it, same thing. So you can search for that course. You can use the course code to search for that course, that content that you have available to you. This is also where you can export your course either as a Brightspace package to load to Brightspace, or a common cartridge to load to somewhere else, or a thin common cartridge to load to somewhere else. If you have either a Brightspace package or you have a common cartridge file, this import components is where you would import the components from. So that's all available under import export components within your course administration. Manage files is also available here. Manage all your dates. You also have all of your learner management tools, from attendance to class progress to class lists, and also for creating groups. In assessment, there are your assignments and competencies and quizzes and surveys, awards, your grades, rubrics, checklists, quick evals, self-assessments. Those tools are all also available within course admin. So I'm hoping that you're starting to understand that Brightspace wants to make things as accessible to you as possible. So they list all of these tools in multiple ways so that you have multiple ways of getting to these tools. It can feel a little overwhelming because you can get to things in multiple ways. There's not one set path that you absolutely have to take to get to things, but you have options. You can create a workflow that works for you and that is best going to manage your time effectively so that you can be more effective in your teaching. Other tools that are here are your communication tools. So announcements, chat, discussions, and intelligent agents, which I'll look at a little bit further in the next video. So this is your course admin. This is where everything that you need can be accessed. And again, in the training, you can look a little bit deeper into a lot of these tools. There are individual trainings on each specific item. So if you're going, oh, she didn't cover checklists. Checklist is a type of content. You can create a checklist so that students have to go through a checklist and check off things that they did. And you can view in class progress when students checked off items. There are some really kind of cool tools that are available to you. So I encourage you to use manage dates, set up the dates for your course, especially if you're inheriting content from somewhere. You're going to want to go through and manage the dates. Very quickly, I will mention, because it's exciting, that when you are importing content from another course listing, there is an option to do something called offset dates. So if you are copying from the fall, the first time classes were offered on Brightspace, and you're copying to the spring, you can offset all of those dates by a certain number of days. So you just can kind of like go in and adjust a little bit here and there where your dates need to change. But overall, all of your dates will be shifted forward, that 6-7 month time frame that dates may be adjusted. Same as if you're teaching 2 sections and you already have one section of your course all set up, your OA section, but you want your OB to like section to fall one day after OA, so you have a little bit of breathing time between due dates. You can offset all of your dates by one day. So there are some really great options with copying content between courses to do some of that date management that way versus in the course admin and managing your dates from there. So, and I'll just show all of your dates are there, everything, it's all there. So it tells you if it's visible. It tells you if it's only visible if conditions are met. You can filter by your tools. You can have, there are some advanced filtering options. It shows you when your course starts, when your course ends. You can bulk edit dates. You can bulk offset dates. So again, there's that offset date function that's available as well. So these are all tools that are available to you through Course Admin. And there's a lot of very powerful tools that are here and are available to you to really manage your course and manage your own time effectively.